What's up, Fomo fam? Hope you're having a great day today. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Fomo Factory. Today I would like to talk about my medium risk portfolio. When am I going to buy these coins? A couple of days ago made this video where I revealed my complete crypto portfolio, and in the medium risk portfolio there are really some gems which are relatively safe but can still provide you a lot of money if we really see a good bull run. But timing is more important than picking the right altcoins. I explained that in, I think, this video it was, where I basically said you can pick the right coins, but they can wreck you anyway if you have bad timing. So today is all about when to buy these coins exactly. So let's dive into that. Welcome to the channel. Like, subscribe, smash the notification bell so you won't miss out on anything. And let's take a look right here. So these are a couple of coins that I have on my medium, medium risk watch list. I don't have all the coins in here, but most of them I do. So let's go over it. And I know for a fact that, for example, Cardano is a very popular coin. Right, and I'm personally not that a fan of Cardano, but the moves of the coin itself are insane, and that's, I'm not in for the tag. Let's be honest, I'm here to make some gains. I'm not gonna lie about that. I would be hypocritical if I did. So, with that being said, Cardano, what's up with that? Well, I'm not telling you, disclaimer, in this video when you should buy. I'm telling you that if I was buying these tokens, when I would buy. At the moment of recording, Bitcoin is sitting at around 25k right now. Slightly less, slightly more. Altcoins are doing fine, right? But you have to remember, like I said a lot, the Bitcoin dominance is going up. So it's better to be in Bitcoin still, right? When the Bitcoin dominance is sitting at around 48%, I will convert a lot of, Bitcoin into altcoins, because that would be the, the right time where I think like the altcoin Bitcoin bottom is in, right? So, for example, if we look at Cardano Bitcoin, although Cardano dollar is having a great pump right here, the Cardano Bitcoin pair is just making low after low after low after low. We just saw the new cycle low like not even 2 months ago yet. And it's still making lower highs, get rejected of the bull market support band, still in this downtrend right here. So Cardano is really weak, this bear market, right? But how's the dollar version looking? So, well, for every coin goes that when it comes to the Bitcoin pair, I can do TA, right? Like with RW, for example, good project. I can say like, oh yeah, around here looks like a decent support level, right? And it might get there, but I don't really pay attention to the Bitcoin pair. I'm just looking at the Bitcoin dominance when it's high. Then I'm gonna convert Bitcoin into altcoins. So that's not a specific price. But if you feel like, I don't mind, I don't want to buy Bitcoin first and then buy altcoins with it, which I do think is the best strategy. But if you have dollars, if you have a job, if you have passive income in any way, if you have a disposable income and you want to buy altcoins with that, then this video is for you. So sorry, long intro, Cardano. So when it comes to Cardano, it's still, look, I mean, it still made a high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and a lower high. So it's still making lower highs and lower lows, but it did finally break the downtrend that it's been in since August, right? So the trend has changed for Cardano. That's also something you want to take a look at. It's broke its bull market support band. I want to see a couple of weeks of confirmation, before. Look, the bull market support band is this red and that green line. I think the 20 and the 50 weekly moving average, correct me if I'm wrong. But I want to see a couple of weeks of confirmation above it to really make sure that it's actually broken, right? And not something like, oh, we go above it and then go down again. But I do definitely think that crypto in general will get a pullback. Of course, of course it will get a pullback. The question is when and from what point to what point. Well, with Cardano, I think that around 33 cents is a pretty good level to dollar cost already, definitely. Will it ever get to 23 cents again? I don't know. I think the dollar pair on a lot of altcoins is in by now, to be honest, right? So, and if you put it like this, look at the chart. You know, I said before, a cycle has 4 phases, and I'll keep repeating it because it's very important. We have the accumulation phase where it goes sideways, that's where you buy. Then we have the uptrend, that's where it goes up and you make money. Then you have the distribution phase where it goes sideways at around the top. That's where you take your profits. That's where it goes down, right? That's where you do nothing. Right, and then we start over again. Cardano is a good example of that, right? Accumulation, up, distribution, down, and looks like some kind of an accumulation area to me right here. So, but you know, buying right now, it's ranging between 43 and 33. 33 it is, right? Simple. Are we? Good project, broke out of its bull market support band. Definitely nice. I do think that it might come down again to retest a little bit around this area right here. So $11, not far from now. And it could all definitely go lower, right? But you also don't want to bet on the fact that something goes lower to find out that it's only going up and you miss out on everything. It's better to have a small position than no position at all, right? Even if you have some temporary losses. Right? If you believe in this project or in any project and you think like, oh, it could go back to its all-time high or even beyond, yeah, then what does it matter if you buy at $12 and it first goes to 10 before it goes back to 90? You know, it doesn't really matter that much, right? At least not the risk of missing out on it completely. Atom. A lot of people really excited about Atom, and it's strong. It's really strong. I mean, it topped out $44 at a perfect kind of a, you know, double top right here, if you can call it like that. It went down to $5, but it, you know, it came back up so fast. And Atom is really a strong project. It's sitting at some critical resistance right here. Not gonna lie. We are above the bull market support band, so this could be a battle right here. I'm very curious which way it's going to break. Look, I'm not going to make such predictions because I don't know that. All I know that if it goes up, we could definitely, you know, see prices, yeah, at around $18 up till, well, yeah, up till 26. It's a big range, but this is kind of the range that I'm then looking at. If it goes down, then we first have to break the bull market support band, and that's, I don't know if we will do that easy. So I do think that the first big area for Atom, yeah, is around $12, to be honest, not that far from now. And if we do break that, then I am pretty convinced that it might go, you know, back to around $10, $10.50, give or take. So I'm not giving you predictions or anything, as you may know. I'm just giving you levels to look out for, right? Avax. Avax is something that I definitely have on my list as well. I'm not having it in my portfolio, but that's because I have Trader Joe in my portfolio, and Trader Joe has been doing very good as well. 130% pump. I think Avax, let me check, pumped slightly less. It's what I said in my portfolio video as well. Like, I have enough layer ones already, but I did not have enough dexes, right? So if you feel like Avax is good, but you feel like maybe I want something that can maybe make a little more returns, then you can also be in Trader Joe, as that's the leading DEX on Avalanche, right? So, you know, if Avax does well, Joe probably does well, and here we see it. But nevertheless, if you want to stay a little more safe, then Avax is still a very good play. And yeah, Avax also, it did very well. It broke out. It was a clear downtrend. It broke out. It's above its bull market support band like a lot of other projects. It is currently sitting at super strong resistance, though. You have to sometimes just look at the chart. Where do the candles come together? As you see, we have a lot of support in this area. When we broke down, it turned into resistance. We broke up again, and here again, resistance, support, resistance, and now again, resistance. So it doesn't mean we cannot break it, but it's not resistance for no reason, right? So of course we can do something like this, but it's also very possible that we now get rejected. I mean, the market Bitcoin 25K. It's sitting at the top of this cycle so far. The 50 weekly moving average comes in here. The 200 weekly moving average comes in here. This big resistance comes in here. It's a big psychological level. It's not easy to break. And if we do go down, then of course Avax is very likely to go down here as well. And I think that Avax is a perfect buy at around $15. I mean, that's where we have all this support right here. And that's also where the bull market support band comes in right here. So I think $15 for Avax is very likely. And, you know, that's another 24% down. That's a good buy then, right? Why would you buy it right now if you can get such a discount, right? So I would wait a little bit. And you also have to look at it like this, right? Wait for it. And if it does break out, you missed out on it. There are 10,000s of other good projects out there. What does it matter? Don't be too attached to a project. Otherwise, you get yourself wrecked. Cake is in my portfolio. Why? I don't know. I don't know. It's... I think I'm considering moving Cake from my portfolio, removing Cake from my portfolio, simply just because I don't see the use of Cake. I don't know why people would want to hold Cake. Does it have that much use cases? And the use cases it has, I feel like, yeah, do we really need it? So I don't know. But Cake did pretty well in the last bull run, so maybe it will in the next one. I don't know. But I think there will be better narratives than Cake, to be honest. But it doesn't mean it can't go higher. I mean, the chart, you know, it's strong, right? We bottomed in June. But in the November crash, you know, Cake didn't really give a shit. It went much higher first, and then we had to crash, so it just came down here. And we did make a high low, so that's good. Broke the bull market support band as well. And to be honest, yeah, I think that if you want to buy Cake, that $4 is a pretty decent, strong level, and that's basically where we're sitting right now. So, yeah, buying right here is not that bad of an idea if you want to buy the project, because I think that the upside is pretty high if it does break out. You know, 480, first level, I think, and after that, yeah, around 580. To give you another one, like the big one, of course, is 920, right? We have some resistances along the way. Especially 720 or give take, but you know, chart wise, there is more upside than downside, if you ask me. But yeah, I just have my thoughts about the project itself. I don't know if it sustains for the long term. Phantom has been on a run like crazy. Like Phantom, it really came down a lot. Like, I mean, that's also the thing. Like, everybody feels like, oh, Phantom did crazy. It went from, you know, 16 cents to 68. It did a 4x right there, right? But you also have to remember that it came down one of the hardest, right? It came down 95%. And it's a good project, right? It didn't came down 95% because the project was dead or anything. There was a lot of FUD. And at the wrong time, right? It was just a combination of Andre leaving the project in the middle of a bear market, and people were freaking out. They thought like, oh, if someone of the team abandons the project, then why should we stay, right? And it's understandable, but that wasn't simply the case. But just because it came down that much, yeah, then you know that the recovery is big as well. And I've drawn this box a couple of weeks ago. It played out kind of perfectly. I mean, this is a big area of resistance. Came down, but although it came down, it didn't came down that much, and it's holding up pretty well. But it's just because the market itself is doing pretty well. And that's for a lot of coins, right? And I do think that, you know, Bitcoin... You know, look at this pump of Bitcoin, 60% in 2 months, right? And only green candles, basically, right here. At least major green candles. At a certain point, people are going to take some profits, I think. And when that happens, I think altcoins could definitely come down a lot. And for Phantom, it's a pretty clear level to me that it could come down to around... 39, 40 cents, which is not even that far from where we are right now. 25%. Yeah, it's 25%. Don't get me wrong, but you know, that's my first target, and I think that's very doable. By that time, the bull market support band should be there as well. You know, I'm not scared about any price movement as long as we stay above the bull market support band. And Phantom did great, right? I mean, we broke out of it. Kano retested it perfectly, as you can see, right? We had a perfect retest and came up again. So as long as it holds, I'm good. If we at a certain point get some bad news and altcoins start breaking their bull market support band, yeah, then I am definitely looking at these lower levels again. But for now, it's not like the conversation, I think. Moonbeam, finally showing some strength. Moonbeam was down only since it came out, basically. And that's very understandable because they had a horrible token vesting. Horrible. The tokenomics were really bad. I mean, the project, and that's now the thing with crypto. And I hope you follow this channel already. And if you don't, I hope you start following this channel, because it's not about picking the altcoins. It's about your experience. Because the problem is that a lot of people, sorry to put it like this, but are stupid in general, right? Also when it comes to crypto. And the thing is that a lot of people now, they think like, oh, but Moonbeam, if it goes back to this level right here, I'm gonna make so and so much money. But the problem is, when we were here, there were way less tokens in circulation. So for some reason, the market cap has to be way higher, or to put it like that, Moonbeam really has to outperform its own performance to get here, right? They really need to step their game up. It's not impossible, but it's not that easy to get here again, right? Not as easy as it was back here. So a lot of people, they do feel like that. So they might buy at stupid levels and don't sell until they see this, right? While you maybe buy at a better level because you now understand crypto, and you feel like that if we get maybe to around this point or this point, you may be already offloading your bags to the ones that, you know, bought and sold at the wrong time, so they can be your exit liquidity now. I hope you are really learning from this channel. So please, you know, don't give up, stick around, I would say. But Moonbeam, nevertheless, it is finally showing strength. The bottom, you know, was at around 30 cents. It's now sitting at 53. It's definitely not the biggest pump that we have seen in crypto lately, but, you know, it's at least pumping for now, right? You can even say that it made a high, right? We had a well, a high right here, 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 and now we had a high right here. The thing is, let me take a look, is that, yeah, well, yeah, on closing basis, we also have a high, unless this, well, depends on how this week plays out. But it's showing strength. That's what I'm trying to say. So looking pretty good. It's sitting, you know, at the moment, I would not buy this because of, you know, multiple reasons. One, we just had a pump of around 80% or so, right? So don't buy into big pumps, right? Buy the red days, sell the green days, not the other way around. Really, it's like human nature, and I see everybody like, oh, this project pumped 300%. Look at this, and I feel like, no, why should I now look at this? Why? Why? Tell me earlier, right? Not now. We're too late now. Next, right? So it just pumped pretty hard. We have trouble, number two, why I should not buy this right now, with the bull market support band, which is a big area of resistance. And number three, look at this horizontal resistance. We had support right here, all the way back from June. We had resistance right here, and now we have resistance right here. Of course, there is a chance, again, that it breaks out. But are you willing to bet your money on 3 types of resistance, you know, or 2 after it already pumped? What's there to gain compared to the risk, right? GNS, Gains Network, crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I bought this at around $3 something, sold at 12, 13. Took some very good profits on it, definitely. We had some good pumps already, and then the Binance listing came. And as you all, you know, again, this is the prime example. If a coin gets listed on Binance, don't buy it unless you already have it. You know, look what it does. But buy the rumor, sell the news. You see it right here, this wick. There was a weekly candle where it went up 150%. But people bought at the top as well. And they now sit 42% in loss just because they don't know when to buy something, right? Don't be like that. GNS, it's hard for me to give levels on this one. There's not a lot of history. I think the pump was too hard and it should calm down. And this level, we're not going to see that again, I think. But, you know, maybe at around $6.50. Yeah, this should definitely be doable. Trader Joe, finally looking good. Finally looking good. Came down really hard all the way to 12 cents. Now sitting at 30 cents. Really, really, really looking good. Finally strength. I do think that if it keeps pumping, that 38 cents should be doable. Maybe even a wick up till 44. But around that level, it's definitely doable. If it comes down again, I do think that we should, you know, around 23 cents. Look at where I've drawn this line right now, and you see all the resistance and support come into play, right? We have support right here. We have a lot of resistance right here. We had some resistance right here before we broke it. So if the market calms down, it's only understandable that we come back to that level to test it as support. So why buy at 30 cents if you probably can get it at 23, right? And then again, what if you miss out? You know, the risk or the reward is 30% up. Right, it's not that much if you compare to the fact that you can also lose 20%. That's not a good ratio for me. Kusama, yeah, broke out, perfect. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's now sitting at some good resistance as well. I think it could push through, to be honest, and it could go to around $55 if we do break that. Let me take a look. Yeah, that's a big level though. $55 is a big level. So I think that's a level that we might have some trouble with. If we do continue to go up, then yeah, probably around $70 is the next area. And yeah, once we really get into a bull run, we're going to talk about this $114 price level and everything like that. For now, you know, that's not really the topic right here. I do think that we could come down to, you know, 37, around that, 38 maybe, you know, looks like where the bull market support band comes in, the support right here, the resistance right here, the resistance right here. Yeah, definitely doable, definitely doable. Let me take a look what else is there. Chainlink, of course, not really doing much. Not really doing a lot. Chainlink is, what the fuck did I do here? Chainlink, you know, it's ranging since May already. It's almost a year now. Between $9 and $5.50. I know it's a big range. It's a big range. If you want to take a smaller range, you could also say that it's ranging like this kind of, yeah, fuck that. It's a big range. It's just what it is, right? But what's changed in this range is now that, look, I mean, a couple of months ago, we were under the bull market support band while we were ranging. Now we are above that, right? We were also under this horizontal, this diagonal resistance, right? Now we broke above that. So it's making a lot of sense to me that the range or will just move up, or that this is a sign that Chainlink is also finally ready to find a breakout. These lines right here that I've drawn were my worst case scenario if the market really turned bad, and the market did not turn that bad, and I cannot see that happen anymore. So that's not the discussion anymore. You know, if it goes somehow back to the lower side of the range, then that's a steal for Chainlink. I think that's a perfect entry. So 550, yeah, but that's if we get back there, right? I do think that I would, you know, let me put it like this. I would increase my link back when it's around $7, right? It's now $7.90. It's kind of at top of the range, sitting at some resistance here as well. Not buying here, but $7 is interesting. It's a long-termer. Can Link do a 10x? I think that it can, definitely. But, you know, it depends from what level, of course. Oh, don't want to make this too long. I always do. Sorry, man. Matic, I will put some timestamps in though. Matic, yeah, Matic. What can I say? I completely missed out on Matic. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking at Matic, and every time I was looking at Matic, I felt like, nah, I'm not buying yet. It's too hard of a pump. I'm a wait. And every time it keeps on pumping. So, but that's, you know, better than, like, I rather, right, like I just said as well, I rather miss out on Matic than buying right here and to find out that this was finally the highest point for now and that it goes down and then I'm in a loss, right? Because with Matic at this point, the risk reward is just not good for me. It's just not. Like, Matic had a great run. Can it go higher? Definitely, but Matic won't do 100x or anything. And I do think that Matic can definitely come down, right? It's now 150, give or take. Could it go back to $1, $5? Yeah, $5, give or take. Yeah, I think it can. Absolutely. It had too much of a run. And with such a run, you saw it with GNS, with such a run, it has to come down. Although Matic is slow but steady. Moon River, I don't know, still in Moon River. I lost a lot of money on this, and I eventually just decided to take my losses with it. I'm not really into this project anymore. But nah. Moon River, like, there's no building really on it. I don't see the hype or anything. It's sitting at resistance right now, also with the bull market support band. I'm not really interested in talking about Moon River. Quant is, yeah, let me check. Look, Quant is two different things, right? On one hand, Quant dollar is looking okay, right? Quant is one of the stronger coins in this market as well. And again, Quant is also not going to make you a 50x, but can it be a quite secure and steady 10x? Definitely, it's possible maybe. But for now, I don't see really, like, unless you really believe in the project long term, then whatever, accumulate wherever you want, right? But when for the shorter term, I don't see a good entry right here. Right, you had a good entry right here at $50. Was perfect. But that's gone, right? Do we get back there? I don't know. Might we get back to $100? Yeah, I do definitely think that that's possible, as that, you know, that's just a big level to look out for, right? So when we look at whatever around this area, right? See the support, the resistance here, the support here, resistance and support, mostly support here. It's definitely possible. Plus, Quant Bitcoin, weak, very weak. I've drawn these lines also a couple of videos ago, and you see that it's now getting to the first, you know, big support point. It broke its bull market support band. Again, it was a long time above it, and it really dragged it up, right? Since the time we broke it. It basically pumped 300%. Now we are down again, right? So what's there? What for reason is there not to think that it could go at least 20% lower, if not more, right? So Quant really not that strong. I'm gonna leave the rest for another video. Otherwise, it's taking too long. Leave your requests in the comment if you want me to check out some stuff. For now, if you like the content, please make sure to like the content. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you know where to find that button, and like the video if you like the video. Turn on the bell notification. See you soon. Take care. Sorry, forgot to turn it off.